What is up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, and we have a weekly race video for y'all. Guess what we're on today? A brand new weekly race exclusive track. We have this little part, and look what we did with our black and orange track. We extended it down to something that I bought on Amazon. Split track. It goes all the way down to here because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the debut of the brand new 4-to-1 Raceway. It is unlike the 4-lane elimination track. The only way to win is to be the only car to cross through this flipper. Like so. The rules are a little bit complex, as if more than one car crosses the line, then the cars who cross the line, or castings that cross the line, get to set back up on the start on opposite positions and race to the end. And if the same thing happens, then we put them on the same lane and hopefully get a win that way. This debut of this new track will be contended in a king race with ID cars. Now, the last time I'd done a king race with ID cars, I said the one who becomes the king is going to be the last car starting in the identification battle royale. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we might have to make a few changes to that, because I think this will be a good track to do a identification battle royale on. And also, the king has changed. Now, as you can tell already, sometimes I do take Hot Wheels cars out and race them, and do put king race implications on them. That's why you have to follow my Instagram in order to keep up to date with who is the current king. Now, it was the Bugatti Chiron, but this one beat it in a different track of some sort. So now he gets the opportunity to possibly start last in the identification battle royale. But it always will change. So here's how it's going to go. Whichever car is the king for ID cars gets to start last in the ID battle royale. It doesn't matter what it is now, as it was once the Huayra who ended the last weekly race as the king, and the subsequent last car to become, or last car to start the ID Battle Royale by starting at entry number 50. But that is null and void because now he is there. So, we're going to see if he will keep his coveted position here, as we will have, ladies and gentlemen, a 12-heat 4-to-1 Raceway race for this weekly race on this track. The rest of the ID cars are ready to go, and it's now time to begin the first round of this weekly race on this brand new track. Alright guys, it's time for round 1 to begin. Another rule also is that if all the cars drop to position and don't move forward to the flipper, that will be considered a total DNF. If it happens for a second straight time, then we take the furthest car who was in the track, not furthest car in general, furthest car in the track to move forward. And if all cars are off the track, shockingly, then the one who is the furthest will get to move on. So, with that being said, here are your first 4 that are going to be racing on this brand new track on YouTube. It's time to see who will win it. Alright, so, as you see, one car crossed the line already, and it is the Skyline GTR BNR 34. So, he gets to be the one to move on to the next round. Now, with the rules explained, it's time to get on to the next race. Alright, next race, and guess what? Random selection. Drop that in the comments down below. Here we go. It's time to see who will win it. it will be the Bugatti Chiron that gets the win. All right, next race again. And look, random selection in two different sides of the track. Time to see who will win this race, as we got two LMSs on the track. Let's see if they can roll, actually. All right, total DNF. So we're going to race them again and possibly switch them in different lanes. All right, Audi R8 LMS has won. And this is the Target exclusive version, by the way. All right, y'all, here comes the next race. Total DNF here, and look at that. Two cars already staying in, and look at that car right there. Max Peter. Tough luck for him. Time to reset him. All right, so since that happened, the one who is in the track and is the furthest wins. Now, take a look at Max Peter here. As you see, he's not fully in the track because his wheels are sticking out. So therefore, that does not count. So therefore, the winner is the Volkswagen T1 GTR. As you see, the vehicle has to be in the track, not hanging, not doing this. It has to be in the track like this. So therefore, that doesn't count. As you see, he is hanging off the track a little bit. So this moves on, while this one is behind that one there. So once again, congratulations to the T1 GTR for getting the win. Here is the former king right here, getting ready to race against these three. Let's see if it can win. Oh, looks like he's not going to have a chance to because the Highway Hauler 3 is going to get the win. All right, here we go. Next race. And your winner, just crossed the flipper there, is the SRT Viper GTSR. All right, guys, next race. All right, so here we go. I've been waiting for this to happen. So, Track Ripper and GT Hunter crossed the line. So, therefore, these two are going to race against each other. All right, so selection is random, but all it takes is for one to win. All right, well, the same thing happened again, and let's put them in the same lane. Oh, and there's a DNF here. Well, we got to do it again on the other side. If the same thing happens, better hope one of them is still in the track. Oh, they both crossed the line again. So we're going to have to race them yet one more time. Ooh, that will still be considered a DNF here. So that means that once again, whoever wins between these two has to advance. If the two cars cross again, then we have to do it all over again. All denied. And the Track Ripper moves on. He actually just pushed the GT Hunter away, and now he gets the privilege of moving to the next round. All right, y'all, next race. Oh, they all bunched up at the end there, but your winner is going to Track Manga. Coming at you with the next matchup. Oh, total DNF. That car I thought was going to cross the line here, but didn't. So we have to reset it. All right, let's see who'll take it. Two cars cross the line, Bone Shaker and the Fiat 500e. So it will be a matchup between these two. Alright, so now it's time to see if one of these two can cross the line first. Oh, let's see here. Does it count? He just moves the flipper, so that is considered a DNF. Alright, let's see. Alright, so it looks like the judges are telling me that since the body of the car crossed through the gate, even though it barely hit the flipper, it seems like the Fiat 500e is going to move on. What a heartbreak for the Bone Shaker. But now it's time to move on as we have the next four getting ready to race. Alright, so Arkham Asylum Batmobile and Night Shifter moved on. So it's going to be a matchup between these two. By the way, there is also a ridiculous way to get a DNF, which is if all four cars cross the line as well. That will be considered a DNF. Because we have to put them all on the track and race them. But it's just these two. So let's go. Alright, time to switch them up. They both cross the line. And they still cross the line. Oh wow, look at that. Night Shifter barely crossed it, but the Batmobile did, so we still have to keep racing him. And yet they still survive. Now they're together on the same lane. Let's see who will win it. Oh, denied right there. And your winner is the Arkham Asylum Batmobile, who managed to fend off the Night Shifter. Because I think he doesn't want to race no more. He just wants to win. After that crazy fiasco, now we have our next four cars getting ready to race. And a total DNF. You know what I got to do. And they all crash at the end right here. So it's still the furthest car that's going to win. Now you can obviously tell that this Project 8 ain't going to win. And take a look at the RS200. It's hugging the track. The other wheel is above, but the body is still in the track. So even though they all bunched up, the win is going to the RS200. Coming at you with the next four here. Is he gonna? No, he doesn't. Total DNF. Coming at you with this next race. Alright, both the Roger Dodger and the Arkham, or not Arkham, but the Tumbler Batmobile has made it across. So it's time for a race between the two. Alright, now we're racing with these two here. One of them's got to win. Oh, no, Arkham, or the Tumbler Batmobile botched it. So your winner is Roger Dodger. We have our next set of four getting ready to race here. I'll count it. Motosaurus wins. Alright, here comes your next race featuring these four. Alright, so we see the T1 GTR, but I feel like someone else crossed the line. And yes, 70 Dodge Charger RT has crossed the line as well. So, it's a race between the Charger and the T1 GTR Volkswagen. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, look at that. He cut him off. Look at that. He's up in the air a little bit. He's like, I'm just pop a wheelie here and then just lose. F it. So, T1 GTR gets the win. All right, second to the last matchup. That was very easy. The Volkswagen Beetle with golf decals on it gets the win. And just like that, we're down to our final four. It's time to see who'll move on to the next round. And we have two cars that cross the line. It is the Drifsta and the Custom 18 Ford Mustang GT. So now it's time for a 101 battle. All right, here we go. Time to see who will win between these two. And the Mustang botched it. Wasn't able to handle that deep curve right there, or deep turn there. So, it's going to go to Drifsta. So here is how round number 2 is going to look like. All 16 cars racing right here. By the way, I'm filming this on Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, so happy 316 Day to y'all. But when this is out, which is going to be sometime in April, the day has already passed. So I hope you got your Stone Cold merch. Anyway, round number 2 will be coming up next. This round will go fast depending on how the cars do. So it's time to begin round number 2. Here is your first 4. Total DNF right there in the center. We gotta race them. We gotta race them again. Okay, so the two newest ID cars cross the line here: Skyline BNR34 and the Bugatti Chiron. It's time for a matchup between these two. By the way, these two you cannot find on Wood Collectors because they are all sold out. So it's ironic that these two popular ID cars of the 6-car bunch are facing off against each other, possibly to boast out who's popular than the other. Well, damn. I guess the Skyline showed the Chiron there, because he's moving on as he barely crosses the line. Time for your next set of 4. And once again, a total DNF. And they all bunch up right at the end, but only one will cross the line, and it is the Track Manga. All right, here we go. Second to the last 4. Another total DNF. All of them jock for position. All right, so total DNF again. Let's see who moves on. Now let's look at the Arkham Asylum here. Yeah, it seems like the tip of the wing is off the track, so that will not count. So that means we're going to have to give it to, once again, the RS200. Which is upside down, but all 4s are in the track. And its body too. And last but not least, we have the final 4 here. Time to see who will move on to the finals in order to challenge the Subaru BRZ Pandem. With an O, because Hot Wheels. Alright, let's see. Let's see. I am going to move the flipper here. We go check the other side here. Maybe that is a more prominent view. Sorry if any part of my body comes in the way here. Gonna try to see. We are reviewing this race, by the way. He was right here. Yep. I think by this view... Sorry for my trembling hands. I just ate. I think, because it was right there, just by a very short margin, the Drifter has crossed the line. So, looks like we are going to have a matchup between these two. He has saved it by the skin of its front end. So let's race these two and let's get on with it. And yes, I know I'm propping myself up. I do not have the best form of balance, but it's whatever. So let's race. Okay, tell you what. If you think my decision is wrong, let me know in the comment section down below, and then I will do a rematch with these two cars on a different track to make up for it. Alright, so let's see who will win between these two. Oh my god, look at that! He is gonna live the day, or he is gonna rue the day that I sat there and gave him the pass. Drifter has won it and has shown up the Golf Beetle. Lord have mercy. That's gonna drive people nuts. That's gonna drive people nuts. That is the Bruce Pritchard of upsets. WWE pun, because Bruce Pritchard just sucks. Anyway, here are your final four. And they're going to move on to the finals. Only one will win. And then after that, the Pandem has to face the challenge of one of these four. The finals is going to begin right now. Here we go. Finals. All it takes is for one car to win, and that's it. Let's see who it'll be. I said one. Well, just like before, we're going to have to do it again. Drifter, this time he made it, unlike the last time where he just barely made it. And R200 clearly is ahead, so it's a matchup between those two. All right, let's go. And the R200 wins again alongside the Drifter. And they still win together. Well, it happened again. It happened again. Now they're in the same lanes. Let's see if this changes anything. This time barely crosses it, so he still moves on. R200 has to survive again. Tell you what, if this happens again, then the Pandem will have two cars to worry about here. Alright, so I've thrown the white flag in. We're going to give both of these cars a shot at this king. The Pandem's not going to like this. 2-on-1 handicap. So, hopefully you can do your thing and stop both of them. All you have to do is win 3 times. Any car that crosses the line... Well, let's just say this. Any car that crosses the line will count as a win for their car. So, this is going to get pretty interesting here. Let's race. Since the king clearly hates this ruling, he got the lane all to himself. So if he botches, it's on him. But these two, they're going to end up fighting. So let's see who will win between these three. You have to win 3 races. So any car that crosses the line is a win accounted for them. Alright, Drifter and oh, look at that. The Pandem's like off this. R200 and Drista have a win each. Alright, the Pandem has to join this car right here. So let's see who will win between these two. Oh, look at this. The Pandem is getting pushed around here. This is unlike anything we've seen before. Drista and R200 once again with a win each. So if one of these win and the other doesn't, and this one doesn't, then that means that the R200 is a king. Vice versa, if the Drista does it and the R200 can't make it. So it's a two-car pony race here. Alright, R200 and Driftstuk both have 2. And the Pandem has nada. Time to see who will win between these 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm going to say this here. The king was just very overwhelmed. Look at the RS200. He's failed, and the Pandem, I think some of y'all could say the Pandem got really screwed here. But you never know when I'm going to bust out ID cars, whether it's on the channel or off the channel, and give the car another chance to become a king once again. But, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the first ever 4-to-1 race on today's weekly race, and is now the new king of the raceways, is Drifsta. Congratulations to this car. It came from, I think it was the second set of ID cars released for 2021. Or maybe the first. I have no idea. But after one controversial call from me to say that this car has crossed the line as well, and end up screwing the Beetle, and now also teaming up with the R200 to screw the Pandem Subaru BRZ out of its throne, it is now the new king of the raceway. So here is the plastic throne. This is where it's going to sit on until it's challenged once again. Congratulations to Drifsta on becoming the new king of the raceways for ID cars, which means that now he is now eligible to start last for the Identification Battle Royale, which will be now featured on the 4-to-1 Raceway. And that will do it for today's Hot Wheels Weekly Race. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and plus also tell me if you think that finish between that and the Beetle, if you think that the Drifter didn't make it. If you are brand new watching this, be sure you subscribe and also turn on the notifications bell as well. And by the way, while you're commenting about that finish, please put the time markers in so I can look so I can locate it, please. Thank you. But yes, if you are brand new watching this, be sure you subscribe and also turn on the notification bells as well. It's your boy Chris Cage. I'm coming at you 2 times, and we will see you at the next video.